Welcome back to another Ret Paladin video. Verabin here. Today we're talking about Justicar's Vengeance. Yes, that ability that no one has picked since, 2018? Maybe Season 1 of BFA? This thing is back with a vengeance. Let's get right into it. Alright, so Justicar's Vengeance, it was reworked so that it only takes 3 Holy Power versus 5, and after the recent nerfs to both Templar's Verdict, Divine Storm, Final Verdict, all of these got huge nerfs, but Justicar's Vengeance did not. So what does that mean? What I think it means is that Blizzard wants us to use Justicar's Vengeance. Alright, so what's so great about this ability? Well, it heals you for all of the damage that it deals, but who cares, Verabin? You can still use Word of Glory to heal, right? That's true, and when you take the Healing Hands talent, you're probably going to still want to use that Word of Glory, but it actually does damage as well. And when you got that Judgment debuff up, Justicar's Vengeance actually does about the same amount of healing to you, and it does the damage as well when you compare it to a Word of Glory. Now, when you're at low HP, that Healing Hands Word of Glory is obviously going to be your go-to. You're not going to be trying to spam this Justicar's Vengeance. It's crazy because this ability was so bad for so long. It was such a meme for so long. It was lower than a meme. It was worse than a meme. It's just a stupid ability, and you know what? Blizzard just threw all of our talents into the talent tree, and I gotta tell you, I don't know if Blizzard intentionally made this ability good or not. I have no idea because it avoided the nerfs, and I want to give them credit, but at the same time, based on the other things that we've seen in the talent tree, I kind of don't want to give them credit. I kind of want to just think they lucked into this. But Ret Paladins, we are going to be the beneficiaries of this because this thing slaps. It hits really, really hard. On the beta, I know that the numbers and stuff have been changing a lot, so the numbers may not mean a whole lot, but this thing hits for 60, 70k non-crits. It can crit upwards of 100k, 140k, 120k I've seen, which is pretty crazy. It's about a third of someone's HP. Now, with versatility and stuff like that, it's probably not going to be quite as good, but you're still talking about critting someone for a fourth of their HP on our regular spender. It's really, really good, you guys. The talent build that I'm running avoids most of the abilities that buff Templar's Verdict because, unfortunately, those do not affect Justicar's Vengeance. I'm talking about Righteous Verdict, not going to take it. Templar's Vindication, not going to take it. We are, however, going to take Virtuous Command because it allows us to get Final Reckoning. And Final Reckoning is going to increase our Justicar's Vengeance damage by a further 50%, so that is really, really great. And then we're also going to take Divine Toll as well. Divine Toll is important because it's going to give us that Judgment debuff to increase the damage that our Justicar's Vengeance does further. More damage means more healing. More healing means we can stay offensive. That is the real power of Justicar's Vengeance. It's not how much damage it does, although the damage is really good. The real power of this ability, you guys, is that it allows us to continue to be offensive. Whereas if you take Final Verdict, you're going to have to juggle between Word of Glory and Templar's Verdict, which kind of puts you on the defensive a little bit. But this continues to do both of those things. It continues to pump damage. It keeps you alive. And the only real downside of it, there's a couple downsides, but one of the main downsides of it is that it is obviously affected by dampening, the healing of it. So you're going to hit the damage, and the damage won't be affected by dampening, but then the amount that you get healed back is affected by dampening. And it allows us to not take, because it's a choice node, we're actually not able to take our Eye for an Eye. Eye for an Eye isn't that crazy of an ability, but it is a defensive button that I wish that we had. It probably means we'll end up running a Battle Master's Trinket in PvP because we just need a little bit more defensive utility. Another downside of using Justicar's Vengeance is that you're losing out on those sort of scaling mechanisms that have been built into the talent tree. We're talking about Templar's Vindication. We're talking about Virtuous Command. These are built in there to allow Ret to kind of scale a little bit as we get more gear, and we get more verse, we get more mastery, all those cool things. And when you use Virtuous Command, unless something changes, we're not really going to scale as well as those Final Verdict or Templar's Verdict users. Another button that I think we're going to want to be pressing in Dragonflight that is kind of a sleeper, I think, a little bit, is Radiant Decree. And I'm going to do a video on Radiant Decree very shortly, so keep an eye out for that one. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Make sure you hodge that like button and subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks, bye.